So in my journey to not get ripped off for things that should be cheap, I was looking for a bag to go inside the toolbox holder, because the standard one is just this little crappy sleeve with a single button, and you can't really fit anything in there, and it also doesn't close very well. So if you do get something in there, it could very well just fall out. So it was kind of silly. So I was looking for something that fit the dimensions, and I found this extremely cheap bag on Amazon. So, of course, I'm looking through, sorting things from cheapest to most expensive, and I just happened to find one that is nearly the perfect dimensions to fit in here. So if you grab this in here, I'm just going to demonstrate. It is basically the perfect dimensions, and it will close no problem. So I was trying to get the weight down as low as possible. And I think this does that really well. Let me get my key so I can unlock this thing. And I'll show you what I got in here, but this is not supposed to be a tool kit video per se. But as I build this out, of course, I have this bag, which is nice and cheap. And also these containers, these fishing containers at Walmart, you find them in the fishing aisle, are only like $4.50. So if you look at other types of things like a tool roll, the cheapest tool rolls I could find were something like $20 for something that didn't look like a piece of garbage. And this, of course, is only $4.50 and change, something like that, maybe $5 with tax here in Florida. And this is, of course, plenty of storage to hold most things that you would want in a, not a crazy toolkit, but a basic one. And I've got this guy, and I'll just open it up. I mean, this isn't the most rugged bag in the world, and I don't know if the zipper's not going to hold up or something like that, but it works pretty good. So far. It seems like decent construction. I basically have all my bits and stuff there, and then the larger items like wrenches. Another pro tip you can do is, instead of having a whole bunch of different wrenches, I found just the sizes used on the bike that I was able to find, 12 and 14 and an 8 and a 10. Oftentimes they use the odd sizes, like you'll get a 12 and a 13 or a 14 and a 15, which is useless. And vice versa for this. You have an 8 and a 10 instead of like an 8 and a 9 or a 10 and an 11, which I found most wrenches come in that. But if you look around, I found these on Amazon as well for quite cheap. And I was basically looking around the body of the bike, and I found an 8, 10, 12, and 14 open-ended wrench to be all you really need for anything but any serious repairs. And of course, these are all the bits and stuff. I'll make another video if anyone's interested in like a more detail what I've done with the toolkit. But I did go through and try to figure out what's the minimum amount of tools I can get in here. So anyway, cool, cheap bag. There's a few little things here, little dividers, but of course, there's nothing zippered inside, but it feels decent. I mean, it was super inexpensive. And of course, I have no affiliation with any of this. If I post a link to it, it's not an affiliate link. It's just a regular link, just trying to share something that was useful for me, trying to keep the weight as low as possible. And, I'm not doing anything crazy, no intercontinental trips or anything. This is really just me going up by myself, not too far from civilization. So hopefully that helps, and have a good one. Leave a comment and let me know what you think.